So what materials do you guys use to modify your blaster? What do you most commonly use?
Here, I'll go first, and then you go.
So we'll all say one thing.
We actually have a few different darts. We have this fat half-inch white foam, which we use 5/8 brass.
Did I say darts?
No, he's talking for modding materials.
Oh.
Yeah, like for blasters. Like I know CPVC
yeah,
or.
well, I mean, so
we run
use
a whole
brass.
lot of different barrel types.
I have CPVC with the like. Oh man, it's complicated. We have everything in our group except for Pt.2.
At this point, we used to have it, but it's not as common.
Yeah, no. Probably #1 thing that I see, at least from the Glendora Nerfers, is Ace 49 springs.
Springs, oh
Put
yeah.
them in any pistol and they will have almost ranges of a primary.
The only
provided it doesn't break that gun.
Yeah, usually it breaks the gun after a while, which is not a good thing. Or they get hairpin triggers basically.
And there's hot rods, which are few and far between. They're a commodity.
They once were this super awesome stuff that our friend Greg found on accident. His uncle started just giving them to us.
Stop.
Yeah. Great.
Walking through.
He should. That'd be
Other
funny.
than that, hot glue's your best friend.
No, yeah. Let's see. What are my favorite modding materials? A screwdriver, an X-Acto knife,
a little handsaw thing,
a hand X-Acto razor saw, and a roll of E-tape.
Let's see. I like screwdrivers and hammers to take out air restrictors. Just put it in the back, smash it a couple times.
That works well.
Yeah.
It really does work.
When we feel fancy, we use my grandpa's shop, and then we get a drill press and
not to mention
and a power sander.
Oh, nice.
Your what's it called? Fiberglass resin. Whenever you get into that stuff.
Like when I fabricated homemade manta shields. Yeah. Let's play with toxic chemicals, children.
Toxic chemicals.
You're the one who didn't want to wear a mask.
Dude,
you're just like, I'm gonna die.
Engines that are essentially for lawnmowers, like for a job. Of course, I'm gonna know how to spin. Like it's gonna get any shorter.
Hey, David.
What's up?
What do you use for modding and stuff?
You guys covered most of it. I use epoxy occasionally.
JB
Weld, yeah.
I like Amazing Goops. I like better. JB Weld's too stiff. It dries as like a hard plastic.
I like the hand knead epoxy. Right.
Oh, like on the
epoxy putty.
Ooh,
yeah,
Mighty
epoxy
Putty. I use Mighty Putty. That's
actual Mighty Putty brand. But that's the same thing as the stuff that's $3 instead of $16
I only paid $5 for 3 tubes of it.
Where?
At Ace.
Nice.
It's the helpful place.
Secret bonus. Achievement unlocked.
Okay. Something like that.
So I've always been like personally curious, how exactly does replacing the barrel, you know, like the pipe or something, how does that help the blaster?
Well, the stock barrels on the blasters, only like the rear of the dart gets like a tight fit and pops out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it guides it a lot better. It's a lot better seal around the dart, especially if you use Stefan's too with it.
Oh, okay.
So you're able to build more pressure and therefore get it to go farther.
And you know, if it stays snug as it goes all the way up the barrel,
all the power is being put behind
more
the dart.
acceleration. So that, why does it work? Science. That's why it works.
It's a lot of fitting the barrels to the
science
dart,
content.
too.
Science content.
Science content.
Finding the
can't
foam
explain.
that fits
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic. All right.
Banana.
I was gonna ask, what was it? Oh, what do you think makes like a blaster or a homemade like too powerful?
Large air tanks.
Large air tanks?
Its ability to murder.
We do have like an unspoken no homemade air guns.
And
that's
also,
just too much.
That's always been a band.
Yeah.
But no, we've kind of had.
But it's not. We don't have to say it though. It's just
no,
like
but we
kind of
have this other thing with it's like most of our stuff, even with modded manufactured guns, we kind of have a range limit, though it's not specifically.
Typically, we don't like
max.
things going too far over 100 feet.
Basically, if it breaks 150 and it's not trailing off in accuracy or power, that's too much.
Essentially out.
Yeah, and sometimes with new things, that's a case-by-case basis at first. We find out based on how well modded each person's gun is. Like, we let one guy use a pump replace pump replaced Big Blast still, but he put a pressure release valve on it that puts it back to stock air pressures. It just lets it pump more comfortably.
Yeah, and the other way to bypass that is having multiple barrels, so it's a shotgun mod on it,
Yeah.
which distributes the blast from it and keeps it within safe ranges.
Unless one dart's too tight for the barrel, and then it shoots the other one.
Well, I
That
mean,
hurts.
shotgun barrels are 3-barrel minimum typically.
Shotgun barrels are fun.
Yeah.
I used to run one on my Titan. It was hilarious. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Though I think the better one was when we tried to put a Titan inside of Pills' 4K.
Oh.
12 barrels shooting
my.
simultaneously.
Wow.
It worked like
Wait,
twice.
using the 4K turret as
how
as
we
the
got
shotgun?
as the shotgun. Yeah. That's what the shotgun
It's
was.
called Kronos.
God of Death. Lord of the Titans.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
Father of
Yeah,
Zeus.
it was so epic. We had to move the trigger.
It didn't have a trigger really. You just pulled a piece of wire out the back. That thing was so ridiculous.
I know you'll find more mods that are kind of wonky and ridiculous looking on this side of America. The East Coast likes the whole very sharp manufactured, pretty looking, perfect guns.
And then the Midwest just likes stuff that works really well.
The Midwest
And
likes
shoots really
homemades.
far. They like to make things hurt.
But we kind of
We like to goof off.
we like bright colored hot glue on our guns. In fact, if a gun is painted black, we call it gay as compared to our pink ones.
Yes. Yeah, black equals gay. Pink equals manly.
Pink equals cool.
Particularly if it's got sparkles.
What about what was it? Fruit bowl.
Oh yes,
That
the
big
fruit
salvo.
bowl. The big salvo that had neon pink,
Hot rods.
metallic neon pink
Wow.
barrels, and then was teal and yellow with glow in the dark crackle finish on top
Kind
of
of
that.
just spooged across the gun.
It looked really awkward.
Yeah.
That's a good description of how it looked. It was horrible.
It was artsy.
It works really nice too.
It was a really
It's a
good
great
gun until
shotgun
one
salvo.
of the and it was a good range gun if you ramrodded. It was like carrying 4 2Ks around.
Yeah.
Dang.
And a 2K,
Big salvos are always impressive though.
one of the better range guns that's an air gun.
2Ks are still good.
Yeah, if you can find one, they're
Yeah.
worth it. But stock, they're terrible. They're laughably
the
terrible
barrel.
stock. You're happy if they leave the barrel.
Yeah, it was at Greg's house, pulled one out of a box, loaded the darts that were with it, fired it, and I was like, oh man, this is a good one. I can't reach it while I'm sitting on the ground.
You know what's funny is that's the gun. That's why I got into doing this, because
Whole
I
plan
bought
was
some.
built around
Well,
them.
we bought a couple for nostalgia's sake at Target because they were $10 for 2 at the time, and we were like, oh yeah, Nerf guns. These suck. To the internet.
Hey, you think that sucks? I bought a 4K and messed around with that.
Stock 4Ks were just as sad.
I have that turret on a Big Blast now. It kind of functions not bad actually.
I remember that gun.
It still works, I just don't use
You
it.
got like a rubber bands holding it on?
No, we actually went really complicated. We have I think it's a bungee cord.
Oh, it is a bungee
Except
cord.
it's attached to a key ring that breaks apart into two. Like you push the button and it breaks,
Yeah.
so it can spin indefinitely and not mess up the bungee cord.
so crazy.
Yeah,
They put way too much work into that.
I kind of thought that one up. After Greg kind of said, no, don't you use your original idea, which essentially had something to do with a spring and a door lock.
What?
Can't see
No,
where
I
you're
still
going with
think
that
one
one.
of the most
Yeah, me
fun
neither.
things we brought back into getting used regularly was the ball gun. Bringing ball guns back was fun. And then with the change in our rules to allow large ammo as a special thing,
Yeah.
seeing arrows getting used again, that makes me happy.
Yeah, like today,
Those
right?
balls.
Arrows and balls.
I kind of want to get
flying
another
everywhere.
Titan because I think my Titan barrel was all messed up.
I want to get a Titan again, and then get a bunch of people's mega missiles,
Yeah.
because there's nothing more fun than
I think
getting
I want to
a crotch shot on
permanently mod
someone.
that.
I've done it a couple
I
times.
might want to
It's
permanently mod
hilarious.
mine into the Scorpion. We play a round type that is not played much because most people don't get it. It's called Do Something Cool. And kills don't count unless you're doing something ridiculously amazing while you're doing it.
I see, I see.
Or just ridiculous, period.
Yeah, so I found an interesting loophole in that we play with, and that is that you don't have to do something ridiculous if your weapon itself is ridiculous. So I tied a foam sword to the back of the pump of a Titan, and I would swing it down at people.
Or like,
and then the missiles themselves, we found these foam Naruto like
Throwing
mega
stars.
shurikens.
All we ever
You
did
can
was
put
lose them
on
on
the
the
mega
ceiling.
missile, and so you could shoot it, which would decrease the range of the mega missile to about 10 feet.
it just kind of went.
Yeah, just kind of go and fall. But I used that. And dodged getting hit by a missile because he was trying to run on a wall and he
I was trying to
slipped
wall
and
run
fell.
and I slipped and fell. Yeah, another really cool one, I think, one of my favorites that happened in a Do Something Cool is for a while my buddy Tony was rocking a pump action shotgun that we literally built a cell phone hip swivel clip into so he could carry it at his side when he wasn't using it. And he was shooting people sitting down like this from his hip. We had some fun ones.
Or there used to be part of a pool noodle on my pump shotgun. And so I flipped the gun upside down
And you chainsaw killed?
Gears of War chainsaw down someone's chest. Like I got the whole body with it.
That was pretty great.
But those round types, you have to have the right people. Like invite wars are the best situation.
even
Because some
then, it's
people
small
don't
wars.
get how to do something cool, and it's not that fun.
Yeah. Or like they get annoyed at the fact that they just shot you and it doesn't count. You're like, that was not cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that was totally
That
not
just
cool.
hurt.
That just hurt.